Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm Will, and I've got my co-host over here, the Greeze. Say hello, Greeze.
Future's bright, Will. Real bright. Still recovering from happy birthday, Greece. De La Greece.
This is going to be one of those days
where you just think I'm acting.
Well, no, you're trying to. You're trying real hard.
Right.
It's fine. We'll get into it. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. We've got a fun show for you tonight. We're going to talk about some new products that are coming out. We're going to do a 15. And if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe and go ahead and give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Tell your friends about it. And if you are listening to the podcast feed, go ahead and subscribe, rate, and review us on that as well. Greeze did not, as per usual, try to really set up beforehand. So he's like reaching over my shoulder, trying to click things.
Well,
it's a mess.
If you could have seen this area.
Yeah, most people were like, hey, your birthday party was on Friday. It's Monday.
Well,
there's enough time.
No, it technically went into a lot of Saturday.
No, but it started on Friday. So you had time to end it. But anyhow.
Oh, to end what?
The clutter, the mess.
Oh, I thought you meant like my party.
Well, you did end it.
I don't. It's not my call to end it.
No, I'm saying it ended.
Right. Owen was like, oh, my Uber's here. That's what ended it.
Was that before or after Waffle House?
That was after.
Yeah.
But I mean, Lord only knows what we were about to get into.
Yeah.
I was actually going to ask, hey, does anybody know where there's a 24/7 paintball course that's open?
They would.
Can you imagine getting blasted with? Can you imagine getting blasted with paintballs? Very tipsy. At 3 a.m.
I wouldn't care.
With an assault paintball rifle.
I mean, you definitely would not be sly enough, and those 12-year-olds that are really into paintball would just light you up.
Yeah, there's no dude. I've seen some of those people. They're strong.
Is paintball still around? Do people still go paintball? I think it's airsoft now.
Yeah, well, airsoft is because the guns are cooler.
Well, yeah,
because they don't have to have all these. Oh, let's get this big old freaking 2-liter CO2 on here so I can freaking snipe.
I think you have to have CO2 cartridges.
Yeah, but you don't have to have the big ones because it's the little BBs.
Oh, interesting.
The little plastic BBs.
All right,
which they say aren't really BBs.
So
ammo shortage.
What we're doing here tonight is we're talking about a new product that was just announced, and we're going to give a hat tip to Ty Gallenbeck because he sent it over our way first. And the best part about it is that Greeze, when I was like, "Hey, here's what we should talk about tonight," he's like, I don't even know what you're." I showed him the thumbnail actually. He's like, "What does that even mean?" I was like, "What do you mean? What does it even mean?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And I pulled up the article, but he had gotten it in a text message, so he should be. Don't do that. Why? You just need attention.
No,
we're not doing it tonight. We're not doing that tonight.
I just wanted to show people that this was real wood.
Everyone believes it's real wood. Okay, so we're not going to do that. Doesn't sound like your mics are on. Grease didn't set up everything. I bet.
Is there no audio?
I'm really upset with my co-host right now. I come over here.
That's your.
And
we got to start over.
Oh my gosh! We're not starting over.
Okay, copy that.
Listen to the podcast feed.
Okay.
For once, I'd like him to set everything up before I
can't do that until you plug it in.
Right, but it could have.
If I would have taken care of all the other stuff
it wouldn't have been an issue. You would have checked everything.
Right. Well, I'm stoked about the episode today.
I'm upset. You know why? No. I'm still talking. You just weren't paying attention.
Okay.
So we're talking, and I get to do the reveal. You dummy.
It's your idea.
I know. So Grease's like, what are you talking about? And
if this bombs, it's Will's idea.
It's that Molson Coors has announced they're putting out a whiskey.
Molson.
It's the conglomerate that owns 108 different alcoholic beverages, but no spirits until now. They've announced their 109th product is going to be a whiskey. It's going to be called 5 Trail Whiskey. It's going to be a blend of it's an American blended whiskey, and they are going to use 3 different bourbons. And they're going to mix that with a single malt that is used from Coors proprietary malt grain that they use in the beer.
Can they technically say that they have a whiskey?
What do you mean?
If they like just buy 3 bourbons and blend it and just throw it in there with their own beer?
Okay. First of all, they're distilling a malt whiskey, a single malt.
Oh, they are distilling it. I thought they were.
Yes, I just said they're blending it with a
thought they
single
were-
malt whiskey.
Well, I didn't know. Well, I didn't know if it was just a single malt beer that was like, yeah, we're just gonna.
That's not a thing. A single malt beer.
Well, I mean, what's a malt beverage then? Like what the Bacardi 03s? What are those? What are those?
I don't know.
That's the first time I got hammered was on Bacardi 03s.
I don't know if I can do this tonight, folks.
I think you need to.
I don't think I have it in me.
I think you need to just explain it better.
You were in a good mood. I was in a good mood until.
No, I thought they were going to take a whiskey.
Do you know what a malt? No. Time out.
Just pour
Do you know what a single malt whiskey is?
I don't know what malt is. Like,
No,
just
but
in general.
You do know it's a grain. Take your sunglasses off. I think that's killing the vibe.
It's not killing my vibe.
Well, no, it is. It's killing the
It
whole
makes
show.
you more tan. All right, fine. I'll do it, but I'm going to go ahead and yep, I'm already upset.
So, well, good. Now that makes 2 of us. Do you know what a single malt whiskey is?
And your
like
family
a Scotch?
owns a beach house, Will.
What are you talking
You
about?
need to get some sun because you made me take this.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. What
Okay.
do I think of malt beverages?
Are you going to be able to? Are we going to be able to do this? Or are we just going to go off the rails?
No, I'm locked in. Right
Clearly not.
Well, your skin tone's off the rails.
You're better than this, Matt. This isn't you.
Don't say my Christian name.
This isn't you. All right. So I was having fun. Thought we were going to discuss it, but he's just being dumb.
No. I want you to tell me what a malt is.
No, a single malt whiskey. It's from a single malt grain, and from one distillery,
right?
And it's a whiskey. It's distilled from a mash that has made of malt.
Just the whole thing, like 100% malt,
typically. Ugh. It's Scotch is a single, like, well, I mean, there's blended Scotches, but a single malt Scotch, it's an American Scotch.
Right. I just feel like
You've been doing this way too long to be playing this dumb.
I'm not that dumb. I don't care. Here's the thing.
I agree. That's why I'm calling you out on it.
No. I don't care. When have you ever heard me care about malt?
No, but you know the concept. If I say a malt whiskey, you don't think that's just a beer.
I never made the correlation. I never made the correlation with rye.
It's because you don't with rye.
Yeah, like we say it's a rye whiskey. Why is it a rye whiskey? Because there's
I know, but I told you what's in the mixture. I said 3 different bourbons and in one single malt whiskey.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And you're saying you didn't correlate that when I said something was whiskey, that it was really whiskey? Or were you just not paying attention?
No, I mean, I've heard of single malt whiskeys. I didn't know that it was just basically just malt.
Yeah. No, you did. Because we've talked about these things on the show before.
I know, but I don't know.
I don't
like Whoppers.
Kevin, cheers from Ohio. Have y'all tried Middle West? We've not. Thank you for the super chat, though.
Middle West.
We've only tried one Ohio whiskey.
Right. I've heard Middle West.
We talked about that.
Takes the cake.
Really?
That's what I've heard.
The one? We'll have to do a
because
side by side.
People in Ohio,
we're on Team Watershed.
Well, so Watershed, there's another offering that's under those 2 they sent us.
Okay.
Not going well up there in Ohio.
Interesting.
Like it kind of like it. The Ohio people that I talked to, they're just like, yeah. I mean, like I was so surprised that was good because the normal Watershed stuff that we get is awful.
Cheech wants to know if you and I get a divorce, who gets the whiskey?
Well,
that's why we keep our assets segregated.
Right. We have 2 separate checking accounts / whiskey accounts. We have 2 separate whiskey accounts.
So we are back to what I was saying is that it's 3 bourbons blended with a Colorado distilled single malt, which is made from the Coors malt grain, malted barley. And then
from their farm,
I don't know where they have a proprietary malted barley.
That's great.
Coors.
I can say I have a proprietary vocal pattern.
Okay, I'm moving on.
No, I'm just saying, like,
all
what
of us are
I just
infinitely more dumb.
No, I just don't know what I don't know what they are bringing to the table. Just the grains?
Yes.
Okay, so
that's a big deal.
Well, no, so it's not like
just the grains.
It's not like they made Coors and said, now we're going to distill this thing.
Okay.
And make whiskey.
I don't fully know, but they theoretically could do that.
Right.
Because you can. Have you ever been to a distillery and been on a tour?
Yes.
You know, they make a beer.
Yes.
And then it's fermented beer and then they distill it.
Yes.
So in theory, yes, they could do that.
Well, no, I know that that's what they could do. I was trying to figure out what proprietary means. Like, did they go the extra step?
They proof it down to 95 proof, and it is gonna be
why they got
$59.99. What do you mean? Why do you? That's what they've chosen to do.
It's probably gonna be real good.
My gosh, hanging up my hat.
All right, so 95 proof at $60, $59.99.
$59.99. And so, but here's what they're also calling it. They're calling it high-end ultra premium whiskey, which puts me in a weird spot.
What is that? That's a double entendre.
Well,
high-end,
ultra premium,
and ultra premium.
Sure. Yeah, I feel like you could say high-end or ultra premium.
Right,
but ultra premium, I feel like is more than high-end. You can have something that's high-end.
Oh yeah, dude, you start throwing out freaking like words that mean the same thing, but it means high end.
And I know within like liquor categories, there is kind of like price ranges where they're like, these are budget or value bourbons.
Right.
Then you've got this middle tier of like call whiskeys or things like that. And then you've got your premiums and ultra premium. If the bar for ultra premium is $60, we are in so much trouble. Because if $60 can also be compared to like Boss Hog, that I would consider that ultra premium because it's $500 retail price point, right? Like to me, that's ultra premium. But if we're like the entry level of ultra premium is $60, then it's like, what category are we in? Like,
I don't know if they
polka dot premium or something.
Here's the deal. They could have just come out and said, yeah, we're making our first whiskey. Like, why did they have to go high-end ultra premium?
They could just say a premium product too. Like you can say premium product. I feel like, but when you throw ultra, you also better deliver.
Dude, think about it. Nintendo Ultra 64.
What was that?
That was what they called an N64.
No, it was just Nintendo 64.
Well, they call on the driving game. What was that game?
Cruising USA?
Cruising USA. When you started the game up, it was like Nintendo Ultra 64.
I'm to check your facts on that.
Yeah, go ahead. Those Carfax will check out. I need to drink something.
Okay, so here's what we're doing though, because
in honor of this
I wouldn't
spirit.
do that. I wouldn't do that yet.
Why?
Because that's going to ruin your palate for something when we're about to be master blenders here tonight.
This is only 102 proof.
Yeah, but it's heavy flavor.
Copy that.
So what we've decided to do is because we
need to pick a whiskey that doesn't have flavor.
Well, not just something that's been finished in a beer barrel, a stout barrel, because we happen to have some of Coors' proprietary malt on hand.
Right.
And we are going to blend our own blended whiskey. American blended whiskey using the Banquet Beer herself. And we're going to try it up. We may try a couple different iterations of it. This glass is not clean.
What? Just blow in it.
No, I'm talking. There's something. There is a substance attached to the outside.
I can make one of those junkies
spaghetti.
Look at that.
All right. So you got a mixing glass, right?
That's what this is. All right. I don't have one of those shakers. You put these in the fridge.
Yes.
I thought we were coming in hot.
No, we're coming in cool like the Rocky Mountains.
Hang on. So what whiskey do we need to do?
Okay, so we want it to make it around 95 proof, right? Because
yes, I don't have a Statesman was 95, wasn't it?
No, but we're going to dilute it, so it needs to be in the hundreds. I feel like because we're putting beer in it.
Oh, you're so right.
So we're going to prove it down with the Colorado.
So we probably need to be like around 110.
That's what I was thinking.
Russell's?
I think Russell's would do it. I think that'd be a good.
What is that?
That's the 10. That's 90 proof. Yeah. Store pick Russell's.
Yeah, I mean, here's my issue.
None of them are open.
No. They're over there.
Oh.
And all of these are like Dixon, Deadman, Jamie Ferris.
Okay. They're made to be mixed.
Which one is this? This is Corey's, isn't it? Or no, is this?
No, that's from Bill's Package Store in Clarksville. Casey probably brought you that.
Casey,
That's the
somebody
special ops excursions.
All right, we'll do this.
It's for
special ops, man.
Yeah, it was for a fundraiser.
Copy that. Well,
Bill's Package Store is a good place.
I'm telling you right now, if we nail this blend, we're gonna be fundraising.
I'm so excited,
dude. We're gonna beat them to the punch. It's not a punch; it's a whiskey. But you know what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, have you been
Natalie? Remember, guys, use your words. Communication is a key to a good relationship. There's not much better.
She's also cool with people.
She's a Coors Banquet.
She's also cool with us cussing. She's like, oh yeah,
right, that's probably good, right?
I don't know, is it?
All right. Well, I mean, she used a lot of whiskey. Like,
it's your chat's covering it. They don't even know.
Oh, thank you, Natalie, for the super chat.
For reals, that's a pretty good.
All right, tell me when I'm going to start pouring.
I think you need to go double it. Oh, you. That looks good. I don't think you want it that. We're gonna have to add more whiskey. Dadgum. All right, hang on.
Do another mix,
dude. You didn't think I prepared.
Oh, look at you. And for our Coors beer whiskey.
Oh yes, you prepared. Oh, look at this. I know it doesn't normally fit it, but I'm
shotgunning one of those beers would help.
Check that out. Oh, it's gonna. Oh man.
Okay. Thank you for the super chat.
Okay, so should I? Yeah, I'm not gonna pour it all in case.
Cole here, as a math guy, proofing is harder than it looks, but you guys will nail it. Oh yeah, no. This is clearly going to be 70 proof just based off the color.
I finally sent them the daggum audio. Their show's supposed to come out like yesterday.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers.
I mean, it doesn't smell bad.
It does not smell
actually,
bad. It smell. I get a lot of beer. I'm getting a lot of beer notes.
That malted barley.
Well, when you use the
proprietary
strain of wheat of grain,
malted barley,
you're gonna get a good nose.
This tastes like suntan lotion.
Okay,
it kind of tastes like suntan lotion.
No,
you
but
get that on the back. It has a distinct finish of copper tone.
Did we overshoot the beer?
Yeah, I think we did.
What's the? I didn't think about it.
Be more of a because it's 3-1.
It's 3-1. What were we doing? We literally just 1-1. We're gonna have to shoot this so that we can dump it.
I think we can just pour it in here.
No, stop. I'm gonna add whiskey.
No.
Why?
Because we don't know where we're at. We actually could measure it out.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No. Well, that's half and half.
I don't know if it's half and half.
So now,
look at the fizzy.
Am I supposed to drink that?
You can do whatever you want, Coppertone.
I want to get rid of this first.
It's the same thing. You said I'm going to get rid of this first. Oh no, Grease is going to end up peeing on the carpet again. Meemaws.
It's Meemaw.
Oh, sorry.
I did have a Meemaw.
Do you have a mixer or a measurer?
Why would I do that?
Okay. So this experiment is not all for loss.
All right, I'm just gonna eyeball it.
All right.
I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say that's 1.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Looks about right.
1.
That's about. No, that'll be 3.
That'll be 3.
That'll be 3.
Okay.
And then I'll do just a here with this.
I feel like we went super weak sauce on this, man.
All right.
That's here. Dump it. Dump a little bit in that. Don't freaking drink it.
Why not?
More. No, you got to get rid of more. Let me see it. That's pretty good.
Yeah. What do you folks at home think?
Well, I don't know.
All right. Okay.
We're the
now,
ones
this
that-
could be.
We're gonna nail it.
This could be better.
Okay, so color wise,
Do we think that we picked the right whiskey?
Are we gonna say? Well, I mean, we wanted 110 proof, and that's what I got. Are we going to say that this is batch 2? Like, how much do you think we could sell this one for? Because this was our first
just
batch.
because it's limited,
right?
I mean, that's not even a 50 milliliter.
Do you think $500? Because you can do those non-fungible.
It's ultra premium.
What is those things?
NFT.
Yeah. Can we make this an NFT?
Yeah.
And then just sell it? Because, dude, I mean, Ethereum's going up.
All right, here we go. That's okay. Let's do a little taste of that.
Why'd you say that's and then get upset with me?
All right, so now we're going to try batch 2 of our edition of 5 Trail whiskey.
Should we just? This is not our edition of this. We're beating them to the punch.
Yeah. So what do we call this? Number 1 Trail whiskey.
I don't know.
Happy trails.
Let's just call it beer pong.
To you. Oh, you're not doing it in here?
Oh shoot! No, I just got excited.
All right, the nose already. This is much more of a knock you on your butt kind of blend.
This is a game day mix.
No, yeah.
I don't even know. This doesn't even trigger. This doesn't trigger any like nostalgia for me.
It's also not give. Well, I mean, it kind of does. It's almost like
the
when
next
you throw
morning.
up later.
No,
you burp.
No, it's the next morning when you walk into the kitchen and you're doing dishes and you do the disposal and basically the waft of just not
regret.
Great.
Yeah.
Just comes out. And dude, that's the most everybody's been there.
Yeah.
Literally everybody that's gone hard 1 or 2 nights at their own home has
also,
been there.
they're going to start off launching this in Colorado, Georgia, Nevada, and New York. So just 4 markets rather. So I bet we could probably get in a couple more than them. How's this? Let me try it.
I'm not going to lie. I don't know if it's because we came from half garbage to.
It's not bad.
It's not.
Because it softens the rustles a little bit, but with alcohol.
Give me that Coors. I just need to
get your own.
Oh yeah.
I've been drinking out of this one.
Golden color. Dude.
When
we've never heard that on the show.
Well, I just did it about 5 minutes ago, so yeah, they did hear it on the show.
Oh man, this tastes like Captain Crunch.
I wanted to so badly like Steve Austin cheers each other with these and like the suds go everywhere.
Oh no.
But, I mean we can't, but in my head that's what we did tonight and I got really excited about it. So well, hey folks, if you're watching, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and give us a thumbs up. We appreciate it. It helps us out a lot. So
when you say
5-bar pass on our whiskey blend.
It's $60. It is a negative.
Your blend noses like a VFW hall. That's funny.
Oh
yeah.
So they play poker.
Yeah,
bingo. They do bingo in my hometown. We used to go over there.
I think they have like poker games all the time. Can you even go in?
My buddy, he would go over there. I say buddy.
Adam, who's from Clarksville, goes, wait, y'all ruined a Russell's pick from Bills for this? By ruined, you mean improved and innovated.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Our batch 2, dude's going to be hitting the market. How long do you think we can get this to market? I guess we just need
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Well, you just got to buy a bunch of Russells.
I can post this on Facebook Marketplace in about 5 minutes.
That's batch 1.
I understand.
We're going to get more
list it for $500.
It's so badly like Facebook Marketplace can be the worst. I so badly
so bad.
Want it to be a Glencairn filled of cloudy orange liquid. It'd just be like this is batch 1.
Yeah,
it's an American blended whiskey. $500.
Yeah, it's roughly about 100 proof, 105 proof.
No, that's
95.
Gotta be like 60, dude. That's the half and half.
Oh yeah. So, and we're looking at 10 proof for that. So 120 halvesies, that's 60 proof.
What?
That's
what
10 proof.
Oh. I mean,
This
they don't
is
do proof
110
the same way on beer. It's
yeah,
not
I don't
proof.
care what they do. I don't really care. But the ABV is the same way. What is it? What's the ABV?
Hey, Grease. Pregnant women can't drink this.
What's the ABV on it?
That's what I was looking for. It doesn't say.
I tasted it earlier and tasted like Captain Crunch. You put that in Captain Crunch cereal, I guarantee you freaking pregnant women will drink it.
It doesn't say. Oh, it's probably, maybe it's on the box.
Yeah, they've been putting stuff on the box more recently. No, they don't. You're just going to have to scan that and take it to the...
Did I get the non-alcoholic version? Man, I went to...
If you did, you're an idiot.
You're going to laugh at me. I went to 3 stores to get Banquet Beer.
Did you have to show your ID?
Yeah. Well, it was a whole thing. Okay, so...
Dude, this doesn't have...
Can I explain to you my whole situation?
Yes, but I just want you to understand. Oh, nope, there it is. Way buried deep. 5% alcohol, so we're at 10 proof.
Okay.
So we're looking at a 60 proof right there.
No.
I'll put that up.
Is it? Yeah, it's you're right. Sorry.
Somebody put that up on Marketplace and see if you get any hits.
So,
and text us, and then
we'll give you a 10% finder's fee.
Right.
So I was gonna say about this something. 3 stores. They were sold out at Publix and Kroger of Coors Banquet.
Because daggum Jack Daniels, Dickel, and Heath they're all
aluminum shortage.
No, they're all trying to make this whiskey before.
No, aluminum shortage. Straight up.
So is everything's just cyclical at this point?
No, I think just the global supply chain is just straight up screwed.
I did see a map the other day. There was like 50 ships just sitting outside of a port waiting for a spot to open up.
I went to Publix first. They had a sign on it like, sorry, we're sold out of this item. It's like, well, clearly there's a place for it and there are none there.
Yeah.
And then
they never let me know when
right.
when you go in there and be like, daggone, where's the Cool Ranch Doritos at? Oh, we're sold out. They didn't put a sign up.
Then the second place was Kroger. They just didn't have a nice sign for me. And then finally I went on like Walmart.com to see if there was any in stock at Walmart. And I went, and then whenever I think through things like which register I'm going to go to,
right,
I always pick wrong every single time.
You're just not gifted in that.
So I was like, if I go to self-checkout, I'm going to have to wait for someone to saunter over, right? Like that's always the issue you have to deal with. So I'm like, I'm going to go stand in line. And then there was a family that had 2 shopping carts full of stuff. I'm like, that's going to take a while to get through, right? So I didn't go to that line. I went to the other one where there was like there were 2 people that had to check out, but it was less items. So I get there, I wait, I get up, and I put the beer on the conveyor, and the girl just walks away. Straight up. Just doesn't acknowledge me, just walks away.
Okay, so
she
didn't say back in a second.
No, just walks away.
Just ghosted.
And then she came back like 4 minutes later.
Yeah.
So not like an eternity,
dude,
but
Gen
when you
Z,
don't,
Gen Z, Generation Z.
Yeah,
they ghost.
So
they're not zombies. They're
comes
ghosts.
back, and then like a few minutes later, which felt like an eternity, but it probably wasn't that long. And she goes, "Sorry, I got to wait for someone to come ring you up." And I'm like, oh,
because you're not of age.
I wanted to be like, what's dumb?
She's not of age.
Don't first of all, just let them ring it up. Come on, folks. Let's amend that law.
Well, you got they should be able to ring it up, and then, right, it sends a text to the manager.
Anyhow, but then I had to wait forever because she went and had to get someone from customer service, but they had a huge line of people returning things. So it was really an ordeal to get this thing of beer and then
you sacrificed.
But I also had a funny joke I was going to do, but because I was so flustered that I went to 3 stores to find it, I forgot to I was going to get a single of Coors Light.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was going to be like, Greeze, because you're so into light whiskey these days, and then set it on the bar.
Golly.
That would have been such a funny bit.
Yeah,
but
they didn't have it?
No, of course they had Coors Light, but I was so flustered. Like when I went in the first store, I'm like, oh, and I'm going to get this. But then I didn't buy the Coors Light when I was there because I'm like, well, I'm still going to have to go to another store. They're going to have Coors Light. And by the time I was at my 3rd store, I forgot all about it. So,
dude, that would have slayed.
It would have been so funny, right?
Yeah, it's the story of your life. Like, you've got really good, funny ideas. But, all
right. So Dustin Pede says, off topic, but your other gift I sent you arrived at Grease's house today. Love you, dude. Just opened it. It's a Pooh Bear cookbook.
So you better believe I'll be making some recipes live on air.
Whoa, was that the book that just came out that everybody was like, oh, yay.
It didn't just come out. That's vintage.
Great. What was the one that just came out?
It's always been vintage.
Copy that.
Leon
Can we drink
and Trisha,
real whiskey now?
batch 1, is this still for sale? Marketplace. It's funny.
Yeah, that's a like a question that's just automatic.
Yeah.
Is this still available?
Still available. Also, never pro tip. If you want something gone, don't give it away. Sell it for $5. Because if you give it away, you'll go through 50 people that will claim it and never show.
Oh, right.
Because they're not invested. There's nothing there. But if it's a $5 thing.
Right. I put a lawnmower up for $75 and you thought I would have, I put daggum Justin Bieber tickets in mid-2000s.
People went for it, eh?
It looked like, World War Z or whatever it is?
Yeah. Like post-apocalyptic.
When they're climbing up the wall and the zombies are just climbing up all over each other and they're all like falling down and they're trying,
Yeah.
That's basically what that thread looked like.
So another funny thing about it is the cities, they've got to be pretty annoyed with the old Facebook Marketplace because that old yard sale permit revenue going way down, right? Like, I mean, the yard sale is obsolete at this point, but the $5 revenue of the license for your yard sale,
yeah, because
like they're really hurting in these.
Well, the yard sales, if you got a lot of crap that you're just like, I just need this out, and if it pays for a date night, great. That's what a yard sale's for.
Yeah, but if you've got the patience, you can make some real coin on flipping your stuff on
Marketplace for sure. But how many times have you dealt with Marketplace?
Me personally?
Yes.
0.
Right. Yeah.
Never done it. My wife, 37 times a minute.
Yes, but they know how to get through the BS with
She's
it.
like a day trader on Marketplace.
Right,
but she literally is buying and selling things. Some things never are in her possession. She's just a pass through. She's making $5 commission.
Well, you got to know how to do it. Because if you go in there thinking that this is glorified eBay,
yeah,
you're wrong.
Right.
Dude, it's the streets out there.
It's brutal.
And it is, I mean, you got to be able to weed through the BS real quick.
eBay was good at weeding out the scammers early.
Right.
You know it's not? Old Mark Zuckerberg.
No.
It's 99% scams.
Right.
3% used Peppa Pig toys.
And lawnmowers.
Yeah.
A lot of lawnmowers out there. Because everything's going electric. Everything's going battery operated.
Oh man! So we have a buddy.
I have one that's amazing
that we work with.
Yeah, I know.
He was early adopter of the old battery powered lawnmower,
and he's genius.
And well, no, he got it for a wedding present, and his neighbor across the street, a lady, noticed him cutting his grass with a electric lawnmower, and came over and asked if she needed.
To get him a real lawnmower.
Or said, hey, do you need to borrow ours? And then said, do you need my husband to come cut your yard for you?
Yeah. It was just, yeah. And he's a pretty boy, but dude, he's, speaking of streets, that joker, have you seen him do the whole nunchuck freaking spin kick stuff?
No.
Yeah.
Cobra Kai. Patrick Clausen said, probably get a lot more super chats if Greeze would take that batch 1 to the face.
How many?
What are we talking?
Like we talking?
Well, because we're looking to get 500 for it on Marketplace, but it's negotiable, right?
Oh God, I will do that. I think for like 4 people to do 25. So $100 total.
Yeah, that's fine.
I would
also, we need to announce when we're done with the show here for patrons, we're not done. We're going to start doing a after party for a little bit live, but the only way to get that is it's going to be a private link that we share in Patreon. So if you're a patron, when we get off of this live, go into your account and you'll see it's already. Did we already post it there? The link?
No. I'm gonna have to do it.
We'll post it, but we can do it. We'll do it before we end. So when you go there, it'll already be there.
It's going to be on StreamYard, and we're going to post a link so that they can come on and ask questions and chat for a minute.
Cool.
I'm just going to pick some random people.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And we'll probably do like 20-ish or so.
Because we're going to do it every week.
overtime.
We'll try to make sure everybody gets a chance.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. Go ahead, and if you're a patron, look out for that. But if you're not a patron, you can do that. If you join Patreon, it's going to be there as soon as we're done. So
yeah,
you got some time.
My mom's like $100 level. We don't even have one.
No, she's not.
Well, she sent me $200 for my birthday.
She's a $1 level.
Well, she asked me after that, she asked if I could send her the link. And I was like, well, I mean, if you're going to send me $200 every time you need me to send you the link, sure. Here's the link. I actually laughed at her.
All right.
As you do.
I laugh at Mama Grease.
All right, here's just Russell's, though.
What happens if I click that button?
That beer whiskey is a pass.
Oh, compared to actual Russell's?
Yes.
Yes,
Here.
Greeze.
Here.
Yes.
Get that. Well, I mean, you know, I knew they'd treat us good, them Russells. I knew they would do it.
This is also a stellar pick. So let me rinse this out because it's a little bit of.
Well, I mean,
you
yes.
ever made a beer mosa?
No. Is that what we just did?
No, it's similar. Beer mosa is
it's
instead
beer
of
beer and orange juice.
It's so good. Use some Bud Heavy.
I've actually had that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. So what? All right. So what do we
buy bar or pass on our?
I already just said pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
You pass too.
Again.
Like, are you a solid pass?
A borrow.
I don't know.
If you got a buddy that's got it, give it a shot. You may tickle your fancy.
I don't. It's just my favorite when you go into like a voice and you're like, I mean,
who's to say? You know, we should.
Whenever you do the whole side cheek, like whenever you do that,
my smirk,
and then you're like, well. You never know.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be like a friend's like catchphrase that would catch on. What happened?
Our buddy David, he says
Hasselwander?
No, that's Kevin, you dumb dumb. Dave Jeanette says Coors beer, like making love in a canoe, effing close to water.
I've never heard that.
It's hilarious.
That's a pretty good. That's a good. Is that a dad joke or is that like?
It's more like a stepdad joke.
Oh my gosh!
Used to say.
Has that ever been said before? Because that's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, stepdad jokes are just as terrible puns, but they're a little bit off color.
Right? Is that okay? So because I said an unspoken prayer request. Am I basically a stepdad joke?
No, because I don't think that's inappropriate.
What do you mean?
How is that inappropriate?
Well, no, this defined me. I am an unspoken prayer request. Like people just pray for me at church, but they can't talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then this, I don't know. What do you think?
No, I don't think that everything's about you. You don't have to be like, am I a stepdad joke personally? In
right.
my own life?
But I'm not a stepdad.
No. Yeah. No. Okay. So for the 15, we're going to do something that we talked about a few weeks back, how we hadn't done a lot of Makers products except for some of the limited release, and we did the cast strength Makers 46.
Right.
And we asked Kevin Hasselwander, the historian, if we'd done regular makers or regular makers 46, and we had not on the show. So tonight we're actually going to do something that we have not done on the show.
If we ever do
makers 46
regular makers, it's got to be the American Pharaoh.
it's open.
Why'd you do that?
You know this.
That was the first bottle you and I know.
Greeze.
I know we did it.
We were on a town hall, and I
It's
opened
fine.
it because I think Patrick dared me to. Patrick Clausen.
Yeah, dude.
Claw.
If there's one thing we can say about our Patreon, our town hall and VBN level,
Gets rowdy.
if you dare us,
We'll do it.
we do it. I freaking opened that daggone Four Roses pile of junk. All right, so we're gonna do. All right, so and we did get a like 2 messages. I don't want to say we got a ton of messages on this. We didn't. We got 2 messages that said, "Hey, have y'all done the Makers 46 episode? I'm actually wondering about your thoughts."
Oh.
Did you just move that? Because I have to. No, we didn't get it.
No, the focus was fiddling
Oh, it's
with
just
it because
getting wonky?
it was flesh toned, that whiskey.
I don't know if I could shoot that.
Well, we haven't gotten the super chats for it yet. So
What do you think that stuff in there is?
what do you mean?
It looks like cinnamon.
Ew. I don't think that was a clean glass, to be quite honest with you.
No, it was.
Well, I don't think that was a clean mixing glass, to be honest with you.
Oh, well, no, I would just washed it out. Do you think it's the
It's not in the whiskey that I can see.
It's
There's
not?
like specks of things.
yeah,
in
they're
there.
kind of like
and I don't
dark
think
red
Coors has
specks.
that. Yeah, no.
They don't have the Orbeez in it.
Orbeez.
That's what they're called.
You talking about Orbits?
No, they're called.
You know what I'm
Orbeez.
talking about? Orbits. You remember that drink?
No.
It was
was
a
like
it was a thing in the 90s. It was like it was almost like clearly Canadian, but it had like weird like bubbles in it, like gelatin, like yellow little dots. Oh, think almost like
Yes.
bubble tea, but really small.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
I think it was Orbits. I think it was called Orbits.
Okay, so the Orbeez, those are the things that people throw in into pools and just watch them expand and destroy stuff.
I don't know what that is. I've never seen that one.
Well, you don't YouTube.
I'm clearly
So
not well.
I'm thinking about twitching with Dan. I'm like sick at RC Pro Am, dude, on the Nintendo. I almost bought a multi-cade.
I had some things I was going to say there that would have made Tease really happy, but I'm going to move on.
I almost bought a multi-cade because it was like, use your kids.
You know what would be
The advance.
hilarious?
What?
If you did a Twitch channel, but for your like golden tea.
Yeah.
I feel like that.
And is
could
it just
get-
so it's just me drinking
and playing golden
and
tea,
played in golden tea?
but you're gaming, but you're at a stand up like arcade golden tea.
Right.
That would be
Can I cuss?
what I mean. Why are you asking me?
There's only 2
I wanna
times in my
say
life that
no.
I recreationally cuss, and it is when I
Not true.
golf for real.
Actually not true. There's
No,
not only
I'm talking
2
about
times.
dedicated to it. I'm talking about coming up with new phrases that'll blow
Town-
your dadgum mind.
Town hall.
Makes the flag come up out of the dadgum hole in the middle of the green. It gets pissed, dude. When I start going on a new cussing rant,
No, he's not as clever as he thinks he is.
then it's not true.
No, it's true. I've been there.
Okay.
I love that you ask permission. Can I cuss?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I love to
No,
let it go.
I was
Like
the
a daggum
one,
Elsa.
I was the one that specifically was instructed. You gotta, if I accidentally slip up and say hail, you gotta edit that out.
Who?
You told that to me. That was the thing.
That was me?
Yeah.
Now, if I came up and be like, listen here, you stupid piece of sheep butter. That's one of my made up cuss words.
That's not. Oh. Okay.
What? Why are you acting like I'm a child?
Okay.
Why are you acting like, why are you doing the sweet Greeze voice?
So that's where you think that you, that's where your creativity really shines with euphemisms. So when you're on the golf course, your recreational cussing is not indeed profanity.
well, no, it is.
No.
No, but I mean,
Okay.
Do you know
this explains a lot? Actually,
do you know when you
folks.
have a baby and they're just screaming at you, looking at you, and like whatever, they're cussing you out. They're not saying words.
Natalie, I need you to analyze this because
what? There's nothing to analyze. Freaking.
Oh no, there is lots to analyze.
Listen,
folks.
we're gonna go back to my shirt. I'm back to unspoken prayer request realm.
Amy Feist says, Greeze, you and me need to have a cussing contest. I make even the saltiest of sailors blush and run to church. Well, Greeze thinks you pile of, what'd you say?
Sheep butter
Is
Scuzz bucket's another one, but I don't.
I'm
I
gonna
didn't come
say
up with that one. That
is
was on
Amy-
Flight of the Navigator.
Amy, you're gonna win. I think you've already won. You're laughing.
I'll tell you this: if Amy looked at me like she was pissed, I would cave.
Would never want to get on her bad side.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
One, because they're great people, so I'd never want to do something
I know that's
to offend them.
that was more
But
of like
if I were,
I've partied with them. I've had a really good time. If they
Yeah.
come to me aggressively, looking all daggum mean, I'm gonna cave because I don't know what kind of situation we're getting into.
Mhm.
But obviously, it's a competition situation.
All right, let's go to the 15.
Some say we never left.
No, that's at the end.
That's at the end.
All right, you say hit the music.
Hit the music.
All right, folks, we're going to go to the 15 portion now. Thank you all for watching. Everyone give a thumbs up because I don't think we have 71 thumbs up, and we got 71 on currently.
So do y'all know the story about why I started saying, some say we never left? Have I told that? Because when we started doing Patreon and we started just to show the video of just like a mobile stream.
I think you said that a lot longer than Patreon.
Oh no, it wasn't. We weren't live at first. It was recorded onto your phone.
No, I think it was before we even put it out there.
No,
You were doing an inside joke between the two of us. You're like, it's so funny.
that is so stupid. You need to clean that out.
Oh, I'm gonna use some water.
I'm gonna use some water. Mine looks better. Okay. I just got acclimated to wild turkey juice.
Now you're going to a weeder that's lower proof. So dumb. You're so bad at this.
Well, you're bad at it too. That's exactly what you had. You literally were sipping on that. I made you chug it.
No, I spit it out.
There's still suds in
I
it,
know,
or whatever.
it's kinda hilarious.
Are those called suds?
Yeah, beer sets.
Yeah, beer sud. Why do you got to get in that voice? Why do you got to get in that
That's
voice?
in case Grease does his thing again.
Okay.
Sheep.
When you start doing when
okay.
you start getting like
All right.
like that, like you can't, like these muscles do not move because they're locked in because you're so excited that I'm
I
an
know.
idiot.
Yeah, it's 90% of the time.
Yeah.
All right, and we're back from the 15.
Some say we never left, Will.
We went somewhere. We
No, we
sauntered.
didn't. No, we literally stayed right here. For those of you watching, youtube.com/the
You'll
podcast.
have to go to find out.
Daggum freaking patrons, or not patrons, podcast listeners. People are they're devoted. There's some of them that listen on the way to work, and then they're like, if I need to go back and watch what happened, they will.
Ty Gallenbeck. This is for Cody Breeding. Forgive me. The best advertising I've had on here since the Girl Scouts.
What did Cody say?
Oh, I think I may have missed it.
Did
I
he?
don't know.
Did he say like so great? Cops even laugh. Have you ever noticed that a cop doesn't laugh?
Nope. We're moving on from that discussion. All right. So we're back from the 15.
Some say we never left, Will.
We're drinking Maker's Mark 46. This
Right.
is 94 proof Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey,
Always
barrel finished with 10 French oak staves. So the 46 stave profile is something you can have in one of your blends as well when you do like a private select. But this one is all of it is we start with fully matured Maker's Mark. Then we add 10 seared French oak staves to each barrel and place it in our limestone cellar for an extra aging process.
Right.
This was like the first new expression and since their original expression.
Right. Do you ever when
Something sticky? I think it's the beer.
it is. Do you ever swap 6 for the word sex when you say it?
No, I don't.
We're reviewing Maker's 46.
I think we had this discussion before, and it was another one where it's like you just are a child.
Well, yeah,
Like you're just a baby.
But my grandma, let me just give you some history on it. My grandmother, my dad's mom's freaking saint. Okay, her name was Sue Morris Giesler. Okay, are you ready for this? Crap, am I giving away a password situation thing right now?
Probably. What's the last 4 digits of your social?
I don't want to do that.
All right.
That's easy to find. I mean, I feel like you, once you find that, then you find my ATM,
2439.
My alarm code.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, keep going.
You can infiltrate the whole house in that situation. All right. What was I talking about?
Sue,
yeah. We're about to take a family picture. This is right after her husband died. We are all together.
perfect time to take a family photo.
Exactly right. Well, we were there for a week, and they were going through like the stuff and handling all that stuff. And so we all came up there and just kind of wrapped it up as a big family thing. It was really sweet. But for some weird reason, my grandmother comes outside in that long t-shirt that's got the bikini body on it.
And this was your dad's mom?
Right.
Because it sounds like Mama Greeze.
Right. It sounds like that would be Jane.
Oh, gosh.
Jane was, no, that was not Jane.
This makes so much sense.
Right.
Continue.
Just from both sides. I think I was just doomed from the get-go.
Really?
But she comes out there. I know. She comes out there and she's wearing that, and we're all like, oh my gosh, okay, Mama. Like, that's Mama too.
You peed in her floor.
No, I didn't. That was my wife's Mama. This is my Mama.
Too many mamas.
So anyway, and so we're getting together for this picture. And let me paint a picture for you. That side of the family is very Southern Baptist. I mean that in, a very specific way.
So they steal Jinkos?
Very okay, that's fair. But at the time, very conservative, mannered, all this other stuff. We get up there and we start tagging down daggone picture.
Yeah.
And instead of saying cheese, Mama says, everybody say sex. And there's a bunch of kids. And it was just, and then my cousin goes, Mama. And she gets upset. Well, anyway, I've always, if you listen back to every time I go, Maker's 46, I say it like my Mama said it. I feel like that's a sweet little story. I feel like people like that story. That's a sweet story.
That wasn't great.
It wasn't?
No. Especially because it really had nothing to do with Makers. It had nothing to do with the number 6.
Yeah, it did.
No.
You changed the number 6 to say sex.
But Mama didn't do that. She just said sex.
Well, she might have just been saying 6, but instead she changed it to sex.
She was trying to be funny, and
she was trying to say cheese. What if she was trying to say 6 cheese and she never got cheese because we all cut her off when she said sex.
Your brain doesn't work right.
Sex wheeze.
All right.
What if she did that?
All right. So the nose is buttery. It's a real buttery nose.
No, I like it.
Nose is great. I remember when this came out. I loved it. So I can't wait to. I haven't had it in a long time. We had the cast strength a few weeks ago and loved that.
No, the nose is, pretty familiar notes for me. Very vanilla, which it's French vanilla, right? French vanilla, Staves. Is that what it's called? Is that what it's called? Sure. French. Oh. No, 10 French oak, Stave.
Oh my God.
Are you so excited
about you being a real dum-dum? No. Not interested.
It needs more proof for me, but this is great.
It is very good. I think
if this was 105 proof, what is it? 46 proof?
Here's sex dollars for the story.
94 proof.
Thank you, Leon and Trisha. 94 proof.
Huh? Yeah, people think that's endearing.
No,
I say sex like my mama.
That was a.
I just thought
no, but you don't. You don't. Watch, you're gonna spill your whiskey. You say 6 like your mamaw says sex. You don't say 6 like your mamaw says 6.
No, she could have been saying 6.
No, she was.
We
not.
don't know the context.
We do.
I was
do
young.
know.
The context was not there, Will.
The context.
She could have been saying 6.
I'm so upset.
She could have. She's not around for us to ask.
Folks, this is good. I actually think the
Grease yells sex the same way.
as we understand. Let's move on.
We
Let's
do
talk
need to move
about the whiskey. It's
That's
called the
just funny.
15.
I'm prim and proper thanks to the It's Bourbon Night duo called Chad and Sarah.
Chad and Sarah talked about us a little bit on Sunday night.
I cannot think one time where I've actually heard her last name.
Perkins.
No, the other one. Algorithm. I feel so fancy, Will, using the It's Bourbon Night Glencairns with the extended middle leg.
So I. All right, we're gonna review this whiskey.
Are we?
Here's more sex for that lively, endearing story.
I love it.
Linely.
This is great. This is
So
what we would call
Yeah.
an everyday
how much you spend on this?
drinker.
I
was supposed to look that up.
Oh my
It's in the
gosh.
receipt.
Oh, but I shouldn't look in there because we're doing a video later.
So dumb. Oh my gosh, Will. I think all that stuff's upstairs.
You brought it down here.
I
But
did?
then you cleaned up everything. Oh my gosh. So here's what I think about it. I actually really like the palate on this. I feel like the proof being a little bit lower than the cask strength mellows it a little bit more. And like I agree with you. I wish it was like 105 or a little bit higher, but I almost like the flavor. I love the 46 cask strength, but I like this a little bit better. The flavors I'm getting, they're more nuanced.
So, well, I don't know if so many, but a lot of the people around here, the stores that pick these single barrels of just the regular makers that's barrel proof, but you get to pick the staves you want it in. So many people stay away from the 46.
Really?
Yeah. Like if you go and I have a few. Do you want me to pull them out and we look and see what staves?
Just did for Cool Springs. They just went to Makers and did it. And I think they used 3 46 staves in it.
Well,
which is
yeah,
gonna be
because Justin is like
yeah, great.
he's on the front lines, dude.
Yeah.
He knows what's up. I think honestly these stores would like to offer something
It has
as
a good,
unique as possible, and if they get
The-
close to a 46,
it's so good. The
no, it's great.
finish,
It's candy.
It lingers, but there's a little bit of cocoa in
There's
it.
some muscle in it.
And it's not the mocha stave, it's all the French oak staves.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Oh,
love
dude, it is.
this.
It is it's got like this iced coffee frothy texture.
I'm seeing how much it cost on like a local app because this is where you went, right?
Yeah.
Okay. To do your work for you.
This has like a vanilla cream whip on a top of a coffee with some cinnamon sprinkles. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Maybe a little cocoa sprinkles too. You can't even get it on there.
Makers 46 bourbon. Here we go. $32.99.
Wow.
Buy.
Oh yeah.
Buy.
That's what I was saying earlier. I said this isn't legit an everyday drinker. What?
Zachary Jones says buy bar sex.
Yeah, but it's not. He doesn't understand what it is.
Yeah, neither do you. Your grandmother didn't say 6.
Yeah, but she didn't substitute the word pass. She could have substituted the word
just,
sex.
She just said sex. I'm so upset. John White says, "Why do I feel so cheap when I laugh at Grease's jokes?"
What does he mean cheap?
Lowbrow.
So he's saying if he laughs at me, he feels stupid, like dumb.
Yes. Yeah, that's a common feeling.
Well,
it's something you can work through.
You know that Larry the Cable Guy, where's he at?
I love that in your mind, you're like, I'm just as funny as Larry the Cable Guy.
Well, I mean, I'm still going. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he's doing it anymore. I'm so much better than he is.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
All right, folks.
He doesn't even talk like that in real life. What do you mean?
Neither do you.
Neither do you. If I had a funeral, I'm going to talk a little bit different.
All right, folks. That's I'm a buy. Grease is a buy on this. It's great.
$32.99.
It's definitely worth the money. This is a daily drinker. I 100% agree. That's going to do it for this week on the podcast. Thanks for hanging in there with us. It was a rough ride tonight. My patience was tested many times. As Zachary Jones said earlier, can we get an unspoken prayer request for Will? That if you're watching on here, subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, give us a thumbs up, rate and review us on iTunes or whatever podcast app you listen to. If you want to support us, patreon.com/thepodcast. If you want to get that after show, which is sure to be,
what do you mean?
Curious tonight.
Yeah, I'm not getting filtered.
Right.
And I have so many things to say.
So many things to say that he's upset about. So check that out. Check it out at patreon.com/thepodcast. And we don't know Jack,
but we'll drink it.
Pow! Beer. Thanks, folks. That was fun. Patrons, we're about to get off of here. Go.
And we got to send them a link.
Go check on there.
I sent it to you.
We're gonna send it out. I can get it.
I got it.
No, I've got it literally right here.
I got it. I'm gonna get it.
All right. Bye, folks. See y'all later.